Innovative Entrepreneurship project is financed by the EU. This is Into Digital 2023 program funded within the scope of the project. Welcome to the 4th session. And thank you very much for all the interest that you have shown. We will start with our workshop in a bit. We're just waiting for a couple of other participants who registered. Let me provide you with a brief information. Who are we and why are we organizing this session and this meeting? Meanwhile, we have simultaneous interpretation. Let me inform you that if you would like to follow the interpretation, please make sure that you click on the globe. This is where you can select the language, either French for following the interpretation in Turkish or English. Right now, the interpreters are using these channels to interpret into the respective languages. If you would like to listen to the original or the original audio, then you can make sure that you select that channel or select either language that you opt for. Once you select the language, then you will be able to hear the interpretation. As you see, we're also recording this session. This workshop is being recorded because later on we're sharing the recordings on our YouTube channel, so that if you would like to watch again, or those who did not have the opportunity of joining us today will actually have the opportunity to watch that. Who are we? What do we do as Innovative Entrepreneurship Project? Why did we set on this journey on Digital 2023? Seizing this opportunity, allow me to say Happy New Year on this 3rd day of this new year. This program is being organized within the scope of EU-funded Innovative Entrepreneurship Project. So we're providing support in this regard for digital marketing and digital works of enterprises. We initiated this program in December. We had 2 respective programs in December, and we will also be providing this face-to-face service to enterprises, not only to enterprises, but also to our implementation partners. We will be providing this service. We will be consulting with them, and we're also organizing various type of capacity building activities. The overall objective of all those activities is actually to increase the visibility, the existence of enterprises in northern part of Cyprus. So far, we provided different type of trainings, which resulted in a very good feedback. Terence Schroeder is with us today, and I am sure that it will be very helpful today. So keep in touch with us, and that's what we would like to see, because this program, namely the Into Digital program, we approach this program in the following way. This is not a one-day webinar. This is actually a journey that you could set on together with us to improve the capability of your enterprise. That's how we approach this program. Very soon we will announce that we will be organizing workshops in the week starting January 16th. We will provide consultancy services, 1 hour face-to-face consultancy services. They will be provided free of charge, the support of the EU-funded Innovative Entrepreneurship Project. And based on the need and the demand that we will receive, we may also organize some follow-up sessions, trainings, or one-to-one support programs. This is the objective that we pursue. We have a team that is expert to incredible levels. You will witness it yourselves today. So this is a team that we cooperated back in 2019 with them. That's the reason why I urge you to stay with us, follow us. If you have not registered to our network, please do so and follow these opportunities and make sure that you won't miss these opportunities. Now, let me turn the floor to Terence Schroeder. Thank you very much for being here with us. I hope it will be very fruitful. Please do not refrain from asking any question that you have. You can ask your questions by typing them into the chat box. You will click to the chat box. You will see 3 dots and then under the more section, or you could just raise your hand and ask your question directly. Terence, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Well, I hope everyone can hear me okay. Today we're going to be looking at social media, organic social media. So that is essentially Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, any sort of social media that you can apply to your business to help you grow for free, which we would all like our businesses to grow without putting any money into them. So to start off, what I'm going to do is take you through Facebook. We'll move on to Instagram, and then we'll look at TikTok as well. Just the basics of what you need to be doing for your business from the different social medias. And then how do we implement this into our day-to-day work life? How do we get our business to structure a plan so that we can put social media content out into the world and almost guarantee growth? So we'll go from there. And once again, if you have any questions, just please pop them in the chat and then I'll answer them as soon as I get a chance. Okay, so just going to share my screen. Okay. Can everyone see that okay? Yes, yes. Okay, cool. All right. So we're taking a look at the profile tree Facebook page over here. And when you own a Facebook page, this is what it will look like. So slightly different to when you're visiting someone's Facebook page, because you have a bunch of tools on the side here which you can use. Now, when we go through our next session in a week's time on advertising, we'll look at things like the ad center and how you can actually advertise your business through these platforms that we're going to go through. But today we're just looking at the organic side. Okay, so what is the first thing you notice when you land on a Facebook page? Keeping in mind that, let's say you're a user or a potential customer of your business, and you're browsing through Facebook and you come across a post. When you click on that post, you then go to that person's page or that company's page. The first thing you see in pretty much every case will be the cover photo at the top. So although it's not really presented as that important, the cover photo is one of the most important parts of your Facebook page. This is your first impression from your business. And very often people will go to your social media before they go to your website or any other place to find your business. It'll be social media generally will be the first place. So your cover photo is your first impression. What you need to do here is you need to put information on how someone can contact you. You need to promote your website, because your website is where you can keep all the traffic, all the information, the data, and maybe some points about what your business does. This is very important because it's unlikely, and you probably know using Facebook yourself, it's unlikely someone's going to come back to your page after they've clicked on like. So if I see profile tree on my newsfeed, I go to the page for the first time, I click on like, the next time I see their page will be on my newsfeed. I'm probably not going to come back to the page again, because if something is important, it's going to show up on my newsfeed. So with that in mind, we need to tell people exactly what our business does, and we need to show them in a professional way that this is our business, this is how you contact us. So for Profile Tree, they offer SEO performance, e-commerce, website design, content marketing. But how do I get a hold of this company? Well, I can phone this number or visit this website. So what you need to have in the back of your mind when looking at your Facebook page, when structuring your Facebook page, is this is the first thing someone's going to see, and they're probably only going to see it once. So you need to put important information here. Try and avoid using just like an image of people. What tends to happen in that case is people scroll past it, they miss out on that first engagement. Then we have obviously your company name and your logo, which goes in the profile picture. So the profile picture, we want to keep this as our company's logo. The reason is every single time you post on your homepage or your news feed, you'll have the logo for the company and the company's name. So for brand awareness purposes, you want it to be as clean as possible. So you want just your logo and your company name. That's probably the best thing you can do. So in terms of setup, those are the first things you need to look at. Exactly what your business does and who you are. Then when it comes to posting, we'll get onto this a little later on, but I want to take you next to the About Us section. Okay, so the About Us section is where people find information about your business when they want to learn something more. So for example, if I've just got the website here and maybe not the phone number, the customers would go to the About Us section to learn more, to maybe find that number. What you need to do is utilize the About Us section to your advantage. And the reason I say that is not everyone looks at an About Us section. If there's a company or a Facebook page that you follow or that you've liked, how often have you looked at the About Us section? Probably once, if at all. So with the About Us, we can use this by putting specific keywords in here, which essentially cater to the search engine. So when someone searches for something on Facebook, you want your page to show up. So using the About Us section, we can then do that. So if I look here, contact info, obviously we want to have that all filled out, but details about Profile Tree, I can then use specific keywords about what Profile Tree does, so that when someone searches for content marketing agency near me, there's a possibility that Profile Tree will show up. And you have the freedom of knowing not everyone's going to read your About Us page. So it doesn't need to be, let's say, professional, but you can put as many keywords in the About Us section as possible to come up in those organic searches that eventually would be shown when someone searches. Okay. So with the About Us section, make sure that, because Facebook does guide you through it when setting up your page, make sure that you have filled out every single point. And if there's something that is possibly missing, then maybe you need to go and look at your business and how you can integrate that. So for example, maybe you don't have a website. There's free options available out there. Maybe create a free website so that you have that link available. Okay, the next thing is the reviews. So I apologize if I am flowing really quickly. Obviously, we do have a lot to get through in a limited amount of time. Okay, but reviews are the next most important thing of your page. So yes, this is your cover photo, but that is only going to be seen once, maybe twice. Your profile picture and your company name, that goes without saying. Your About Us section, you are trying to cater to the search engine. But in the situation where I'm looking for a content agency near me in the search engine, there's going to be a lot of content agencies available. So how do I find the best one as a customer? What I need to do is ensure that I look at the reviews, and the reviews will help decide what shows up first. So you can see here, Profile Tree has 55,000 likes. If there was a page that had more reviews than us, than Profile Tree, but less likes, the reviews will still show up first, because the algorithm that Facebook has created favors what people decide over how many likes you have. So if a lot of people are leaving reviews, there's obviously a reason for that. So Facebook's going to promote that more than, oh, a lot of people have liked this, because it takes more effort to leave a review than it does to just click on like. And also you can pay for likes as well. So reviews are very important. Now, how do we use this to our advantage? So we can essentially ask our customers to leave a review. We can put out promotions to get people to leave reviews. We can even put a post on Facebook and say, if you've enjoyed our work, please leave a review. The easiest thing to do to get a review, however, is to give someone something. So if you possibly sell digital products, maybe a course, an online course, to get a review, you can go to friends and family and say, here's the course for free, please leave a review. So there are ways that you could work around to get more reviews through to your business without just relying on people to leave reviews. Amazon, for example, sends an email every single time you buy a product and asking you to leave a review. You could incorporate this into your business as well. Have a link to either your Facebook page or some other page where you would like to have your reviews, and get your customers to leave a review of your products or your service. If you have your page set up, like I've said today, where you have your cover photo, you have your about us filled out, and then you have a lot of reviews, you essentially don't need to put a lot of work into the content that you're putting out at that point. I would strongly advise that you do still put out work, but with the reviews, your page should perform very well. Okay. So with Facebook, like I said, we'll get into the posting a little later on, but that is essentially the setup for the Facebook page. So in terms of priorities, I would say reviews is number 1, your About Us section is number 2, and then the setup that you have at the top of your page is number 3. We can look at posting at a later stage. Okay. Any questions on Facebook before I move on to Instagram? No. Okay, great. Okay, so for Instagram, I'm going to be looking at the 𝐒𝐶 page. Now, Instagram, although it is owned by the same company, Meta, who owns Facebook, it is a completely different platform. So the way that you post things, is completely different. The way that you structure things is completely different as well. So with this, the reason I say that is when you post something on Facebook, you can link to another page, you can link to another business, you can link to your own business. You have that freedom. Whereas with Instagram, you don't. Unfortunately, you don't. So what I mean is, if we look at, let's just say this post, for example. Hopefully it won't play a sound. No. Okay, so here in the comment section, we can't put a link to anything. When we're commenting, we can't put a link here. So all we can do is essentially tell someone to visit our page, and on our page, we can have a link at the top. So in terms of your business and promoting your business on Instagram, it's very hard to do it on Instagram because of that limitation of one link. So you have to essentially create an aesthetic so that people are interested in your page and they want to go to your page and then they click on the link. If you don't have that, or if you fail to do that in a single post, unfortunately, people will just scroll past. So it makes it very tough to put all of your efforts behind Instagram. Now, Instagram is very powerful and it's a very strong tool for certain types of industries. If you are an accounting firm, maybe don't look at Instagram. You might share things on Instagram, but maybe don't put all your efforts into it. Travel, on the other hand, would be something that you want to invest your time and efforts into. Now, things are not all bad for Instagram because they have introduced quite a while ago the option to post stories. Now, for me, if I was to run a Instagram page for my business, I would almost never post down below here because of the limitation of you can't put a link. You have to get some sort of aesthetic, which is going to get someone to read the caption and then go to your page. So I might even just post maybe 9 posts about what my business does and then not even worry about that. With stories, you can post a link in the story. So you can post every single with a link that will drive them to some part of your website. So it's essentially going back to the Facebook way of posting, which we will talk about. Another thing is, if we look at your homepage on Instagram, your homepage, you see one post at the top of your page. The way that the algorithm works is in its most basic form is if I had a post that I liked. Let's say I searched for a post and I liked their page, or I followed them. What happens is that next time that person posts, it will show up at the top of my feed. If I don't engage with that at all, it will then move down one spot. If I don't engage with it again, it will move down again. So within 3 days, it's unlikely that I'll see that post. However, if I look at the home page here, there are 6 options of stories available. So you have your business's logo and name. You have the same algorithm, but you have 6 options. So you have 6 days to show up. And because stories automatically go into the next one, it is very likely that you will stay there for a lot longer because someone will watch the one before yours. It will go into your page. They'll see yours. You'll be there for another day. So not only are we playing into the algorithm by getting it to show us more often, but we also have the possibility to have a link to our website. Okay. So now that I've covered that, I'm going to go back to Facebook and talk about posting and how we can integrate the two of them. So with Facebook, when you're posting something that you could follow. Now, the reason for this template is that you want your post, that your piece of content, whether it be a video, whether it be a photo, you want that to take up majority of the person's interest. Almost 90% of your effort should be put into the content that you're putting out. And then the text at the top could essentially just be a template. So if I was to post something here, I don't think I have access to post it at the moment. But if I was to post something, what I would do is, I'm just going to use a sheet here. I would use a template that basically does this. So you ask a question. So the first part of your caption for Facebook would be to ask a question. And the question would be related to your post. So whether you've put a video out about the service that you offer, or you've put a photo of the different products that you offer, you want to ask a question that someone can relate to. So let's say my service is I clean the driveway. Okay. I would then ask a question, are you looking for someone to clean your driveway? Or are you tired of picking up leaves from your driveway? That is something that someone can relate to. If they're not, they can scroll past. Obviously, that's not the business that we're looking for. If they are, they're going to continue reading. So what do you do next? In the next sentence, you then say, give information, product, service. Here you can give information about the product or service that you offer. So if I had to use Profile Tree, for example, let's say that our post was about search engine optimization. Our question would be, are you looking to grow your business through SEO, search engine optimization. Then the information would be Profile Tree is the best SEO agency in the world. Don't go that extreme, obviously offer something that is true, but you essentially trying to sell your business and the product that you are offering. And then in the third and final sentence, you want to say call to action. And your call to action will be find out how we can grow your business on our website, or we can clean your driveway on our website, book on our website, something like that, where you're driving a certain action for someone to take up your business. So if we've put all of our efforts into creating the content that we are putting out, so the video, the image, whatever it may be, we've got the information there. If it grabs their attention and they're interested, they will then read the question. If that question is relatable, they will then see the information about you and they'll say, oh, this is a great business that can help me. Then how do I get in touch with this business? The call to action then takes care of that. So you've essentially just taken them through the steps of where you filtered out the people who aren't interested and you've got them to your website where they can take action on your post. So all of your posts that you're putting out, if you're using a template like this, they're essentially writing themselves. You just need to focus on the actual content. You don't need to worry about the caption you're putting at the top because you're following a very basic template. And realistically, if I go to the homepage here on Facebook, realistically, it's very unlikely that someone is going to read the post at the top. They're going to see this first, and they're going to read that, and then they're going to decide if they are willing to read what is at the top. So if you lose their interest over here, they're not going to read this. And I've seen far too often people are putting too much information up here and not enough here. It's unlikely that someone is going to scroll, read this, and then see what the content is about. So this, and I know the saying is cliche, but content is king. So this piece, this little square here, whatever you put in there should be the main purpose of your post. Then at the top, you can just, like I said, use a template to essentially just cover off the information that is important. Okay, now basics, now using that information where we've got that template, we've put a lot of information into our content here. We can then take that content and share it to our story. We don't need to share it as a post. We can share it as a story, and then we can still link to whatever website we need to send them to in the story. So you can do this every single time you post on Facebook. The benefit of stories is you can then save them as highlights below here. So if you were to post a story about one of your products, you can then save it as a highlight in the product folder. And then someone, let's say 3 months from now, can go to your page, go to your products, watch the story, and click straight through to that link on your website. So we're essentially using stories the same way we would use Facebook posting. This below here, like I said, sometimes can be useless. So maybe just post what you can about your business here, but for getting traffic to your website, getting organic engagement for your business, stories would be what you want to focus on. Maybe it's because of the way that people are wired nowadays, where short form content, they need something happening, whereas with an image, nothing's really happening here, so they kind of just scroll past it. But that it's obviously it's each platform is slightly different. So whatever your business is, you would need to think about what works best for your business. Okay. So that is essentially Facebook and Instagram. Now, couple tips for these kind of things is when you are posting, don't make it an ad. Your adverts can do that. So don't say, I have this product and it's this price. That is great. But what you would probably find works better is if you make something that is relatable. So if you're selling a microphone, perhaps a short little video of you using the microphone, opening the microphone, pretending like you're a customer receiving the microphone, something that a customer can relate to would get a lot more traction organically than you just saying, this is my microphone, because your customer has potentially seen 100 microphone posts exactly like that. So whether you're using Facebook or Instagram stories, you want to stand out, but also be relatable. Okay, I know you are a business, or you're trying to run a business, but for social media, you need to almost interact with your audience, your community, should we say. And to do that is to relate to them. Okay, so before I go on to TikTok, I want to talk to you about a content calendar. So a content calendar there's a bunch of content calendars available for free online. So you can go to this one from HubSpot, download it for free. It looks like a calendar where you can block things out. And it comes with, sorry, it's a bit hard to see. Let me just zoom in. Okay, I apologize, it's not working, but essentially it's got blocks where you can put in the content that you are trying to show. Okay. So now, why do I want to talk to you about a content calendar? Because with a content calendar, we are able to plan for the entire month, even the entire year. So a content calendar will help you get that structure, as well as give you an oversight of what needs to be done. So perhaps you have a new product launching next month. You need to create one video A, B, and C. And with that, you then have the time. You say, okay, next week I have to do video A, and then so on and so on. So a content calendar not only adds structure, but it also gives you that insight of what needs to be happen, that kind of overview of everything that is happening with your social media platforms. So a very quick demonstration of what we can do with a content calendar. So the first thing you need to think of with a content calendar, just to make your life easy, is to come up with a theme. So the theme can range from something as broad as perhaps the seasons. So if we go summer, winter, autumn, spring. So if those are your themes, then you know that all your content in the summer period is going to be summer related. What's nice about that is that you can put out that same content in the winter period, but the theme is now winter. So if you are, once again, back to the microphone, if you are advertising a microphone, your image is summer themed. 2 months later in the winter, or a little bit later than that, but sorry, 2 months later in the spring, you can then post that same content, but the imagery is slightly different because it's spring theme. So coming up with your theme is a great way to start your content calendar. Now at 𝗵𝗁𝘁cie, we are a little bit more specific with our themes that we're putting out. And what we do is we relate them or services we offer. So a theme could be more specific, like video production, website design, and so on. So at 𝗵𝗁𝘁cie, every month our theme is related to one of our services. So video production was 2 months ago, I believe. So all the content we put out was video production related. If you are selling products, you might focus on one product per month. And what this will do is it will help you focus in all of your efforts to that specific product, and you can plan out what essentially you're going to post over the course of the month. The reason that this is important is posting, having a plan about posting. You can cover the different steps of the funnel, and the different steps of the, sorry, I'll write them down for you. So the first one, brand awareness. So the first step of the funnel, or the top of the funnel, is brand awareness. Now, most people refer to this as a sales funnel, but it is also available to us in organic content. Brand awareness. How do we achieve brand awareness in organic content? If we're talking about video production, we show what we have done in terms of video production. We show the clients we've worked with, we show who we are, we show what it is that we do, and so on. So if anyone is looking for video production, they know that our business does this. So in your business, you need to show what your business does, who your business is. You don't need to sell any products. You don't need to you don't even need to put any contact information at that point. Maybe just a link to your website. The next step on the funnel is consideration. Consideration is when people know your business does this, but they also probably know of 2 or 3 other businesses that do the same thing. So they need to decide which business they're going to go with. What you need to do at this point is make them choose your business over someone else. So in the consideration phase, you're posting why your products or your services is better. You're posting reviews that people have left to prove that your stuff is better. It doesn't have to be as much as a competition. So Coca-Cola and Pepsi, they are very much at competition with each other, but they make that known in their advertising. For maybe us as a business, we just try to promote ourselves and say how well our business is doing, or how well we can do for a potential customer. So in the consideration phase, we need to just say, this is our product and this is how good it is. Once again, we still don't need to put any prices. We can put contact information, but what we're trying to do is just say, don't go there, rather come to us. Then the last phase, or the last step of the funnel, is the conversion section. This is probably the easiest for you when it comes to posting, because what you're posting here is the product, is the service. You're putting your price, you're putting where to get it. So over the course of a month, if I'm looking at video production, the first, how good my business is, or sorry, what my business does for video production. The next week, I'd be doing consideration, showing reviews, showing how good we've done, showing the work we've done and how it's better than maybe someone else's work. And then the last week, I would do conversion, where I would say, this is how you get in touch with us. These are our prices. So over the course of a month for video production, what I've done is I've promoted myself. I've told my customers why they should choose me, and then I've told them where they can get a hold of me. And as you can tell, that is essentially very similar to what we've done here. So the template works on a larger scale as well. Okay, so for your content calendar is you would choose your theme. So your theme is what your product is, your service, or it could be as broad as possibly the seasons. And then you need to decide, on what you need to post. So let's just say that this is Monday, Tuesday. Okay, let's just say that this is the month. And here we know that we're going to post on Facebook. Okay, so on Monday, we need to post something brand awareness related. What is brand awareness related? So what does our brand do? Okay, you don't need to post every single day of the week. I would advise 3 times a week, no matter what platform you're on. If it is TikTok, maybe once every single day. But if you're posting once a week, you're not doing yourself a favor. So try and get 3 times a week if you can. On Wednesday, we're also doing brand awareness, but I'm going to break it. I'm going to get it a little bit closer. So Wednesday, we're doing consideration. So what is consideration? Maybe behind the scenes. So people can see what we do behind the scenes. They have more faith in us. We post a short little video of us actually producing a video. And then on Friday, we do the conversion. We say, basically, contact us. So we're putting out information on how people can contact us. So that we can copy this format out for the rest of the year. Sorry. Copy. So every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we're posting. And we're copying the similar format, but remember the theme is going to change. So the format is the same, but the theme is different. Then to make our life even easier with that, we're going to post on Instagram as well. And we're going to post on LinkedIn as well. So we can then copy it down onto those platforms as well. So we can then post the same way. But what you should try and do, and what we have tested this quite thoroughly, what you should try and do is stagger your content. Okay, so if there is someone that is following you on multiple platforms, what this does is it actually gives them a more positive look on your company. If I go onto Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn in one day, which I tend to do, and I see this company's posted the exact same thing, my thought is, oh, they're lazy, they're posting the same thing. But if I go onto Instagram tomorrow, my thought is, oh, I remember seeing that on Facebook. So it's a more of a positive outlook. It's slightly different, but it does have a more positive outlook on the return that you get in terms of engagement. Not only that, now your company is posting Monday, Tuesday, every single day up to Sunday. But it's the same content 3 times a week. You just staggered it out. So with a content calendar, it actually allows us to plan what are we going to be posting. And then we know on Wednesday, okay, well, we're posting behind the scenes on Facebook. And what does our brand do on LinkedIn? So that's why the content calendar is probably the best thing you can do for your business on social media. So just to recap everything we've gone over so far, when it comes to Facebook, obviously the way you present yourself is the first impression. People aren't going to come to your page after they've liked it. They're going to see your feed from that point. Make sure that your About Us is catering to the search engine. So you want to use as many keywords about your business. Anything that your business does, you want to throw that in the About Us section. Not often do people read the About Us section. So you're doing yourself a favor by adding those keywords. You want to make sure you're getting reviews. So however you get your reviews, whether you send out a note with every product or every service that takes place, get people to leave reviews. You'll see a lot more growth organically from reviews than you would from just someone liking it. Just to reiterate that is, if I leave a review on your page, it will go onto my newsfeed and my friends will see that. But if I like your page, my friends won't see that. So reviews are obviously more important than likes. In terms of Instagram, yes, you can post over here, but remember that is very strict on aesthetic. So the way that it looks like this, it needs to be almost pristine, clean, polished, and that takes a lot of work. Whereas with stories, it can be a lot more free-flowing, just you picking up your phone and taking a 15-second video. Not only that, you also have the option to add a link, send people to your website, and you can save it in the highlight section so people can see it later on. So when they land on your page, that's what they see first before scrolling through this. So if you are using Instagram, make sure that stories is your main focus on Instagram. Okay, and then for the content calendar, you want to start with a theme. And the theme is, like I said, it could be very broad, or it could be more specific, like the products or services you offer each month. And you want to break that out into the different funnels. So brand awareness, consideration, and conversion. Okay, so that is the Facebook, Instagram part of this. But does anyone have any questions on what I've gone over so far? I see that have been questions been answered. Okay. Okay, so I'll just go on to TikTok really quickly. If you are wanting to start on TikTok and you're wanting to grow on TikTok, what you need to do is, number one, you need to start today. There is currently a race between TikTok and YouTube, YouTube Shorts to be specific, to find the short form platform that people are going to go to. You may find that with YouTube offering to pay people to post on YouTube Shorts, most content creators will head over to YouTube Shorts and move away from TikTok. Now, that's not to say that TikTok won't do that. They probably will offer that. But that's why I say rather start now so that you can find out where your audience is. With TikTok, it's very much about following your audience. Unfortunately, your business could be something completely different to what your audience is engaging with. But if you want to see growth, you need to almost follow your audience. So if your audience is interested in this, you need to do that, but do it in a way that represents your business. So we're using 𝗂𝐿𝐼 here, and 𝗂𝐿𝐼 is posting very much travel related posts. Now you'll see this one here is obviously done a little bit better than the others, but that's because at the time, this is what was trending. So if we take this, sorry, I'm just going to look at this on Instagram. This one here, 4.5 million views. So whether it trends on Instagram or TikTok, it's pretty much following what the audience is interested in. So the audience was obviously interested in museums in Paris at the time. Now, when you're posting about your business, which may not be travel related, you need to be relatable. There is a small business in the middle of the UK that is a bookstore. And what this bookstore does is they literally just read the books in their store, and they have multiple millions of followers because why? They are authentic. They're not trying to sell anything or promote anything. They're just showing this is what our business is, and we hope you enjoy it. So for your business, the best thing you can do on a platform like TikTok is engage with your audience. Don't try and sell them a product. People see ads all the time. If they see that it's an ad or you're trying to say, look at this microphone, it's amazing, they're going to scroll right past it. What you want to do is show, this is my business and this is what we do. The easiest way to do this, behind the scenes videos showing what people don't normally see goes on behind your business, what it takes to run your business, what is it like dealing with employees that you like, maybe employees you don't like, things like that, where a normal customer would not get to see this part of your business. Because your customers might have their own business, they might also work for a company, and these are things that they can relate with because it happens at their company as well. So to promote your business on a platform like this using short form video, do not try and sell your products. We've done this on a couple other channels where we have done it to test. We've tried to sell our products and our services, and we don't get anywhere in terms of traction. People aren't looking for comment. People aren't going to go and read the comments. People that possibly they aren't interested in. If they were, they would probably go and Google it and then find your website. So best thing you can do is try and be yourself and show the parts of your business that people wouldn't see that they can possibly relate to. So TikTok, it is massive, and you do have the opportunity to blow up overnight. But like you see, this one gets 16,000 views. The next one only got 18 views. And they're very similar videos. So it's hard to put a lot of effort into TikTok and expect guaranteed results, which is why I haven't spent a lot of time on it today. More advertising, on the advertising side, yes, we will spend a lot of time on TikTok. But in terms of organic, my best advice is to just be yourself with your business that people can relate to, but they don't possibly see. Okay. And you could also incorporate your content calendar with TikTok. Probably the easiest thing to do, though, is whatever you come up with at the moment is to post it, because you need to be posting on TikTok at least once a day if you want to see any sort of growth from that. So is there any questions on TikTok? I know I went over it briefly, but I'm giving us some time to expand on it. So any possible questions that someone may have?
Somebody asked on the chat screen if we could make the Excel image a little bit bigger so that they could see. I know that you just did it as an example, but if anybody wants to take a screenshot or anything, maybe if you could make it bigger for 1 second.
Sure, no problem.
And maybe we can share, I was just going to say that we can probably share the Excel, we can download it and send it, we can send out if that works.
So, yes, sorry. So on the Excel, I actually have a very neatly put together one that I can share with everyone afterwards. Cool. Someone has raised their hand.
Hi, my question would be about TikTok. We are at the moment running a lot of pages on social media for innovative entrepreneurship. Obviously, our biggest channel is Facebook at the moment. We are always considering if TikTok would be suitable for us. I usually use TikTok to watch funny videos. So I was wondering, what are your thoughts about businesses, especially businesses, not businesses, but projects like us being on TikTok?
Sorry, well, I know I might have missed the first part, but what is your business then?
I'm actually at the moment running the social media, the communication side of Innovative Entrepreneurship. The project which is hosting the event today. So we are always, as I said, considering TikTok would be necessary or useful to be more broad and etc. But as TikTok being always funny videos, I'm not too sure if it's the right track. I was wondering what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, no, so okay, so I understand. the thing is with TikTok, you will see a very different TikTok to perhaps what I would see, perhaps what would Kieran see. The algorithm is catered to each individual. So it is possible that there's someone out there that is interested in what your business is doing, and it's looking for them. They're looking for that as an option to find you through brand awareness. So I would 100% say, go for it and do it and promote yourself and what your business does, because that sort of brand awareness could lead to word of mouth traffic, bringing in someone, maybe they know someone that knows someone. Oh, look, I'm looking for an agency like yours, and then they can pass you on like that. But it is generally funny videos. Now, what I would suggest is vertical video, short form, so 30 seconds, like you see on TikTok, but repurposing that content. So posting it on Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels, posting it on YouTube Shorts, because sometimes it may work on another platform, even if it is a TikTok style and vice versa. So if it is perhaps a more Facebook style video, it might work on TikTok. It is good to have that option available. Rather do it and not need it than not need it and not, or then need it and not do it. So my advice would be, you can still promote what your business does, but you should be more focused on trying to grow your audience for the potential that there's someone in your audience that could be a customer. Does that make sense?
Yes, it actually does make that sense. Thank you so much.
No problem. There's a question in the chat, but I don't understand it.
It's about the length of the post. What should be the length of the posts for Facebook and for Instagram? Eren Uzun asked that question.
Okay. So if you're talking about the content, so I'll cover both, but the content that you're putting out, whether it be so this video or perhaps the post, like this content. If it is a video, we try and aim for it to be about 30 seconds to a minute and a half. The reason for that is you want to get your information across, but you don't want people to get bored. So you need to almost have it fast paced so that you can get your information across quickly, but efficiently. With the information at the top, we want it to be one paragraph, essentially 3 lines if you can. So the way that I done it here with the 3 questions, we want this as 1 paragraph. And the reason for that is this over here. We want to avoid people clicking on the see more button. If you can get your information in before this shows up, then you've done a good job. The reason for that is it's what we call one-click traffic. So if someone needs to click on something, they're not going to click on your link. And not all the time, but that's the way we should be thinking. If they need to click on something before they could go to your website, they're not going to click on your website. Okay, people who are using social media should be considered as very lazy, so we need to give them the information as quickly as possible. So what this person has done here, the Northern Ireland office, is they've put in too much information. It's unlikely someone's going to see the link. If you do need to put in that information, what I would do is perhaps start with the link. So put the link first, then put your information below so that they can click on it and go to your website. So we should be thinking one-click traffic. So 3 lines, 1 paragraph is essentially the length of the message above. And the content here, if it is a video, 30 seconds to a minute and a half.
Excellent. I think we may have.
We've got a raised hand.
Oh, good spot.
Hi. So thank you so much for this content calendar information. I think that was pretty useful. I think what I use is something similar to this, but maybe it's not. So I'd like to get your advice on this. We personally use Buffer for our social media, not traffic, but be able to post lots of things at lots of places at the same time. But Buffer was the biggest and the most famous one that when I asked in Search Web that I found out, but I feel like it's not very user-friendly, especially something that you pay for. So my question would be, do you suggest any other like platforms or anything like Buffer that we can use, or anything that there's free that we can use? Just your, I want to know your thoughts about this.
So the way that I feel about it now, I know you might have a lot of things going off at the same time. The way I feel is that if you use your content correctly, you should be able to just know what to post on the day, and it should take you about 20 seconds to post. So you shouldn't need to schedule it through these other platforms, just to avoid, because you said the free option, and I don't think there are any free options. Kieran, please correct me if there are, but I know of Hootsuite is quite a good one. This one, sorry. Hootsuite is quite good, not as expensive from what I can recall. I don't think there are any free ones available for what you're looking for. But when I send across the content calendar that I've done professionally, you'll see that there's another tab, which just like this one, you can fill in the date it needs to be posted, the text at the top, the link you're sending it to, the image as well. So you essentially have it all written down. You can just copy and paste, and anyone can do it, and it takes it more efficiently. If you want to go the free option, this might be the way to go.
Yeah, we're finding that a lot of the free platforms are reducing what you can do. Another one that we were using was later.com. But again, yeah, just to echo, we're finding the same. The last year or two, the free options are getting more restricted and restricted. So we're really funneling us into the paid. But later.com does have a free option as well. You might be able to merge maybe two together, and that might work for you as well. When you go into these, if you do a bit of hunt, they'll always have the paid at the top, but if you do hunt around in the pricing page, you'll often see a limited free option, and maybe you can hack it that way.
Hello, I have a question. When we go to our Facebook page, we see that we have many likes, but we see that people do not leave many reviews. So what can we do to encourage people to leave reviews? Is there a method for that? Because people who like our page, we want them to leave a review and evaluate us. How can we do that?
Well, with leaving reviews, there's many ways to do it. The thing is, it takes more effort to leave a review than it does to like a page, as I'm sure you know. So what you can do is put out a post asking people to leave a review. So just a simple post, leave a review, and put a link to your review page, and then they can go and leave a reviews. You can offer discounts on future products. So 10% discount if they leave a review. If they purchase or utilize a service, send a link, say, please leave a review, to help others know more about our business. So it's more about you reaching out to your customers, old and new, asking them to leave a review, than it would be just expecting people to leave a review, because it takes effort for them to write a message, unfortunately. So giving, what we found works best is like a 5-10% discount if you leave a review. I hope that helps. See another raised hand there.
Hi, thank you very much for the presentation. Just very quick, two quick questions.
Yes.
Number one, you suggested that it is better to focus on the stories on Instagram rather than the actual posts, because the stories are more like keeping the followers, updated on the latest developments. Then how should we utilize the old style posts? How, it started? This is my first question. And the second one, what is the best way to promote our YouTube channel, if there is one?
Okay, so to answer your question on the posts, so what I would do is, could I ask you what your business is specifically?
Oh, I'm very sorry I came a bit late. I am working for the Innovative Entrepreneurship project.
Okay.
But I am also a civil society activist. So this is how I use our social media.
Okay. So with your posts, you want to put the most important thing on your post. So if I had to give you a sort of a structure, let's say you've got your story where you're building a sign, or you're building maybe a decoration of some sort. Maybe that's your business. The story would be the post of you building it, step 1, step 2, step 3. The final product will be you posting it here. So this is what I've done, this is my creation, or this is what you can buy from me. Whereas what the story's done is it's built up to that. So your posting should be the most important thing. So when I spoke about what you would do here, it was essentially you would put up maybe just 9 posts of what your business does, who your audience is, who you're trying to attract, those sort of important messages. But I wouldn't use this as a way to grow my business. This would be so that if someone does come to my page, that's great, that's what they see. But I wouldn't use that as this is how I grow my business. Because you want to essentially send as much traffic to your website as possible, or however you take new customers on, then you would be using your stories more often. Does that make sense? Okay.
Yes, to use it more static.
Yes.
What you said.
Yes. Yes. Now, to promote your YouTube channel, so the thing about YouTube is that YouTube's algorithm is very good in the way that it works. So perhaps the structure of your YouTube channel is what needs to change to help you get that growth. So the thumbnails that you're using and so on. But what I would say is, if you could put your content into YouTube Shorts, use that same content repurposed on TikTok, Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels, pushing traffic to your YouTube channel, that's probably the best organic way to do it, is that using other channels. Now, I wouldn't advise doing it on Twitter because that's no longer allowed. But on these other platforms, you can still do something like that. So cross-platform promotion would be your best bet.
I think we have one more question. It's in English, but I'm just reading it for making it easy. Thank you for sharing your insights and experience building workshop. If possible, could the �W𝐞𝐞 team please share the suggested website and the Excel doc via email? Yes, we can. I can respond that. So we will be sharing the links as well for this workshop. So if you want to watch it again, or if you missed part of it, you can always go back. We have also shared quite useful links on the chat screen. I see that a number of people are sharing quite useful links. So please go ahead and look at them as well before we leave. And announcement for the next webinar on Tuesday, 10th of January, will be on the paid ads on social media and other platforms. So we will be here again. We will be opening the new event on Facebook soon. Please follow our Facebook page for the event, but also if you haven't done the registration yet, I have shared the registration form on the chat screen. You can go ahead and register there to receive the email for the Zoom link. Is there anything else, Terence, that you would like to add before we leave, or is that it?
Could I suggest that if anyone has anything specific regarding ads, to send it in an email beforehand so that I know that I can cover it?
Sure. Also, I mean, we are always in contact with our audience. Please feel free to send us an email or a message, or just call us and get an idea on how we can support you during the week of 16th of January while 𝗂𝐿𝑚 will be here. We will be offering some workshops, in-person workshops. Plus, we will be also offering one-to-one consultancy for the businesses. So please contact us for those, getting your spaces, because the calendar is getting full already. And I'd like to thank you, Terence and 𝗂𝐿𝑚, for their amazing workshop as always, webinar. This was quite useful. You always make it sound, it's so easy to manage our social media platforms. It encourages us actually to take steps. And we are learning a lot every week with you. And we will see you next Tuesday at the next webinar. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.